Hi students, Vanakkam. Welcome to VerandaRace, and in today's session we are going to discuss a wonderful assortment of questions which will include error spotting, sentence rearrangement and sentence improvement, that is sentence correction. So let us start today's session without much ado. Let's start today's session, okay? So this some brilliant assortment of English questions for students for late upcoming exams. So the first question is of error spotting. We have got a total of 8 questions in error spotting. Let's start today's session. So after long separation of 20 years, we met the other day, but he never referred to the matter that had caused our differences. After a long separation of 20 years, we met the other day, but he never referred to the matter that had caused our differences. So see, the error is in part C. I'll tell you why. It is because here we are saying he never referred to the matter. So it's like never means we never met, or never referred means it never happened. It should be did not refer. So it should be never referred should be replaced by didn't refer. DIDN apostrophe T REFER. Didn't refer to the matter. Never means it never happened. That's incorrect, right? Because if we met, he did not refer would be the correct answer. So after long separation of 20 years, we met the other day, but he did not refer to the matter that had caused our differences. That would be the correct answer. Never should not be used. For example, if we say, I never met him this morning, that is incorrect. I did not meet him this morning. That would be correct. Okay. Next, there were 100 fighters in total, but none was a less mortal when compared to the other. Okay, there were 100 fighters in total, but none was a lesser mortal. It should be lesser mortal. See, lesser means weaker, more feeble, or this way. Means if we say less mortal, that should be in quantity. We use less in quantity. Little, less, least. That is used for quantity. But if you talk about somebody being weaker than other, so that's we should use the adjective of comparative degree, which is lesser. He's a lesser mortal. He's a lesser fighter. That should be, so it should be replaced by lesser mortal. Lesser mortal means nobody was a more feeble mortal than the other. Fine. So there were 100 fighters in the total, but none was a lesser mortal. Less is used for quantity. Lesser is used for quality. He is lesser than I am. Means he is weaker than I am. He has less money than I have. Means he has less in quantity money. Understand this, please. Okay. Next. The reason why people behave weirdly during manic strokes. The reason why people behave weirdly during manic strokes is because their minds are not under their control. See, if we start the sentence with the reason why, it should be followed by that and not because. So it should be that, not because. Sentence would be the reason why people behave weirdly during manic strokes is that their minds are not under their control. So error would be in part C. Error would be in part C. It should be is that, not because. Clear? Okay. I have realized that it is you who has taken a wrong decision of colluding with the antisocial elements to acquire a control over the disputed land. See, whenever we start a sentence with like, for example, I have realized that it is you. It is you is a major deciding factor over here. It is you who have, because the relative pronoun who will take a verb according to the antecedent. So here the antecedent is you. It is you who have, because you is followed by have, you is not followed by has. The answer would be, I have realized that it is you who have taken a wrong decision. Or rather, a better would be who have made a wrong decision, right? So I have realized that it is you who have taken the wrong decision. So error is in part B. It is you who have taken, not it is you who has taken, right? Next, The Modern Times is an iconic film by Charlie Chaplin. The Modern Times is an iconic film by Charlie Chaplin in which he played the role of a laborer in an electro steel company. Okay, this is a difficult question. I'll tell you why. So, Modern Times is an iconic film. It shouldn't be, it was an iconic film. It is an iconic film by Charlie Chaplin in which he plays. It will be plays because it's a narration of the historical past. If we narrate the historical past, we use the simple present, not the simple past. Although he played a major role, but we say he plays a major role. It's a general statement, right? So, The Modern Times is an iconic film by Charlie Chaplin in which he plays, although Charlie Chaplin is no more alive, we'll say he plays a major role. Okay. So, error is in part B. I think you've understood this. We won't say he played a major role. He plays a major, because it's narration of historical past. Clear? So, we'll move to the next set of questions, the next 4 questions. It seemed to me that he appeared sad. It seemed to me that he appeared sad because he admitted to destroy the manuscripts with his own hands. Okay, now the question is, there are 2 actions. It seemed to me that he appeared sad because he admitted to destroy the manuscripts. There are 2 actions. Admission of the fact that he destroyed the manuscripts, and destroying again is an action. So, which happened earlier? He destroyed earlier. So, in this case, what happens? The action which happens earlier is written in perfect infinitive. Perfect infinitive is what? It is like 2 plus half plus V3. So, it should be he admitted to have destroyed. To have destroyed. So, it should be like to have destroyed. So, C has an error. Clear? So, it seemed to me that he appeared sad because he admitted to have destroyed the manuscripts with his own hands. So, C would be the answer. It should be to have destroyed, because it's a previous action and admission of it is the next action. Please understand this. Okay. Antonio's ships were bound towards Tripoli, and this made him anxious to no extent as the tempestuous winds were roaring. Antonio's ships were bounded would be the correct answer. Were bounded. See, bound means tied with something. He is bound to his responsibilities, but the ships are bounded towards north. So, Antonio's ships were bounded towards Tripoli. So, error is in part A. Bounded means in a certain direction. Bounded means in a certain direction, going in a certain direction. And bound means tied with something, tied with something. The excise department says that such goods are made for export and are seldom or ever used in this country. See, seldom or is followed by never. Seldom is again, it itself is a negative statement, which means very less or low in number or in quantity, seldom, or very low, less frequent in time. For example, if we say, he seldom comes to my home, means he never comes, almost never. So, seldom or never would go together. Seldom or ever is incorrect. So, answer would be error is in part D. Seldom or never used in this country. That will be the correct answer. Clear? Okay. Sometimes during our conversations, she says that she wishes she had met him 10 years ago. See, it should be she said that. Otherwise, in C, every part is correct. When we say, it's a kind of conditional statement. I wish I had taken literature when I was in college. She says she had met him 10 years ago. So, she says, it should be simple present, rest part is past perfect and then simple past. Otherwise, this should be converted into said. Sometimes during our conversations, she said that she wishes she had met him 10 years ago. That will be the correct answer. She said that sometimes during our conversation, she said that she wishes she had met him 10 years ago. So, error is in part B. This is correct, totally correct. You will say, sir, why she wishes? That's a structure. She wishes she had met him 10 years ago. I wish I had seen him 5 years ago. That's the correct statement. But here it should be simple past. Okay. After a long hour of discussion, it was decided that the soldiers would be given the latest brand of guns to shoot. After a long hour of discussion, it was decided that the soldiers would be given the latest brand of guns to shoot. See, if I say, I will give you a gun to shoot, it means if this is the gun and you have to shoot this gun, this means that I'll give you a gun to shoot. Gun to shoot. But actually, if it is an instrument, we say, I'll give you a gun to shoot with. So it should be would be given the latest brand of guns to shoot with. Here it should come with. Which should come here. So answer would be, after a long hour of discussion, it was decided that the soldiers would be given the latest brand of guns to shoot with. For any instrument we use with to be given to others or used by yourself, it should be like, I want a pen to write with. That's the correct answer. Clear? So we have discussed 8 questions on error spotting. Now let's move to sentence correction. Okay. The load shedding, however justifiable it may be, the load shedding, however justifiable it may be, has been aggravating the problems. Load shedding means the power cuts in order to maintain the power supply. So that's load shedding. Load shedding, however justifiable it may be, has been aggravating the problems. See, has been aggravated is incorrect outright. Load shedding is singular, so it should be followed by has. That is for sure. We have used has over here. Have aggravated is incorrect. Have been aggravating is incorrect. Would have is incorrect. So the answer will be no correction required. I'll tell you why A can't be the answer. The load shedding, however justifiable it may be, has aggravated could have been the answer, but it's written has been aggravated. It's written in passive voice. It should be active voice because load shedding has aggravated the problems. But in present perfect continuous, it is quite justifiable if we write just has been aggravating the problem since long, for long. Okay, so answer would be no correction required. Clear? Well, the executive had received several warnings before being suspended, finally, for his lack of punctuality. So the executive had received several warnings before being suspended. See, it's talking about an action that has happened in the past. Okay, so before being suspended would be the correct answer because it's passive voice, being suspended, before being suspended. So they were suspending him, he was being suspended. Before they were suspending him, they had given him a lot of warnings. Before having been suspended could have been the answer, but here the structure is before being suspended, which is passive voice of present continuous, which is the correct answer. Before being suspended. If a person has good reading habit, he can easily make out that this should be before being suspended, and that's the correct answer. After suspension, finally, after suspending, before suspended, before being suspended. So before being suspended, he had received many warnings. That's the correct answer. Okay. So next question. Accordingly to senior partner's instructions, they have remitted the amount to your bankers. Okay. It should have been according to. That would have been the correct answer. But similar to according to, we have another option called in accordance with. In accordance with and according to are similar options. Okay. So in accordance with the senior partner's instructions, they have remitted the amount to your bankers. They have remitted the amount to your bankers. Okay. So it should be in accordance with. According on accord of are incorrect options. Accordingly as incorrect. And this is outright incorrect. Accordingly to. According to or in accordance with. Though these are two correct answers. Clear? Next question. The museum has planned of a 10-day exhibitions showcasing the rich culture of the South. The museum has planned of, it says, has been, see, this of shouldn't be here. Only if it had been like this. The museum has planned a 10-day exhibition, it would have been correct answer, but it is not like that. So the other option can be has been planning. If it is present perfect, then it's fine. If it is not present perfect, then present perfect continuous. So the museum has been planning a 10-day exhibition showcasing the rich culture of the South. So this is the correct answer. Other options are absurd, like the museum planned for, it should be past tense, has planned, or present perfect. Planning on, have a plan. So no, this is the correct answer, B. Clear? Okay, next question. Since the collapse of his business, he has become frequent, depressed and addicted to alcohol. Depressed is an adjective, so it should be preceded by an adverb. So which adverb do we have over here? These three have adverbs. Frequently depressed. Frequently depressed, this is adjective. Depressed is a past participle which becomes an adjective. Every verb form which is past participle can be converted into adjective, can function as an adjective. So depressed is an adjective over here, and it should be preceded by an adverb, frequently depressed and addicted to alcohol. So this will be the answer. D will be the answer. Frequently depressing is incorrect because he is depressed. An adjective should be there. Okay. So fine. Next question. The government will refrain from intervening in the dispute except the company requests it to do so. Okay. See, here except is the incorrect statement. It should be like unless the company requests him to do so, requests it to do so. So the government will refrain from intervening in the dispute unless the company requests it. Unless means only if not the company. That's the meaning of it. If not, the company requests it to do so. So except should be replaced by unless, means only if the company requests it to do so, or unless if the company does not request it to do so. So this is the correct answer. So B would be the correct answer for that. Okay. Next question. The issue of employee pension schemes will come to the governing board meeting next week. Will come to or will come before? Before is like a proposal or a proposition or a premise is brought before someone, before a governing body, before an authority. That's the correct statement. Will come before. So the issue of employee pension schemes will come before the governing board next week, meeting next week. Coming before something means it is brought to its jurisdiction. So this will be the correct answer. Clear? The steep rise in oil prices is the reason on account of which we must conserve energy. On account of which? On account of means because of. So it becomes is the reason because of which we must conserve energy. So there is no correction required. Other options are absurd. You see, the reason for prices is the reason we must conserve energy, is the reason for, the reason because, the reason to. This is probable answer maybe, but we have better option like on account of which means because of which we must conserve energy. That's the correct answer. Clear? So no correction required. On account of which means because of which. Several customers have requested that the branch timings on weekdays should be changed to reduce inconvenience. No correction required. You can see over here the branch timing should be changed. Is changed, have changed, shall change, can change. Do not show the compulsion of changing the timing. Compulsion is showed by should be changed. Okay. Having failed to plan their political campaign in advance, the party members got each other into a mess. Got themselves into a mess will be the correct answer. I'll tell you why. If got each other cannot be used for many people. It should be like got one another into a mess. But we don't have an option like that. We have got themselves into a mess is the only option left with us. So the answer will be B. Got themselves into a mess. Themselves means one another. There are many people, right? Now we have rearrangement of sentences. Only 5 questions are there. So you can bear with me. Warned. This is a word, warned. How to solve it fast? Okay. The advisory issued by the health secretary on Saturday warned that the virus could mutate. See, this is warned is a verb which requires a subject. So where is the subject? The advisory issued by the health secretary on Saturday warned that the virus could mutate faster in any condition. So you see AC is there. We have one option called ACBDE. Let's read it. The advisory issued by the health secretary on Saturday warned that the virus could mutate faster in any conditioned controlled environment, ACB, for which people are better advised to maximize open air ventilation in homes and offices. This was the correct answer. See, in C we found warned is there. Warned is a verb which requires a subject before it. Subject is there in A, so we can find an option in AC. So ACBDE is the correct answer. Clear? Moving ahead to next question. The work of Corona warriors. Let's find the links. Okay, here we find the link in DE. DE is a link. Prime Minister's plea to citizens of the country to clap or ring bells. DE. Where is DE? Let's see where is DE. DE. Yeah, here it is. Let's see the options. The Prime Minister's plea. Plea means request to citizens of the country to clap or ring bells following the sound of a siren to appreciate the work of Corona warriors on Sunday may come as a cropper in the financial capital. Perfect. This is the answer. Perfect answer. Okay. So Prime Minister's plea to citizens of the country to clap or ring bells on Sunday following the sound of a siren to appreciate the work of Corona warriors on Sunday may come as a cropper in the financial capital. Okay. Moving ahead. Well, next question. The spread of COVID-19, okay, so you can see EA is a pair. You can see the Pune District Administration on Thursday announced a 24-hour compulsory institutional quarantine. So announcing a quarantine. That's the hint. So EA, where do we find EA? EA is here. Only A is here. Let's check. EA. So BCEAD. B, with a view to check the spread of COVID-19, the Pune administration on Thursday announced a 24-hour compulsory institutional quarantine with the quarantine for all the international travelers disembarking the Pune airport. Correct answer. I'll read it again for you. With a view to check the spread of COVID-19, check means to control. With a view to check the spread of COVID-19, the Pune District Administration on Thursday announced a 24-hour compulsory institutional quarantine for all international travelers disembarking at Pune airport. I think you've got it right. Next question. Okay. BE. Ambulance which reached the spot after 45 minutes. So where is BE? Let's check. BE is here. Okay, this is the answer. Let's check. Police called up another ambulance which reached the spot after 45 minutes. But by the time it arrived, the man had died. So this is the answer. Clear? Okay. Moving ahead, I think we are at the verge of ending, but we have one more question. Okay. We have a hint like has helped. Okay. Has helped draw up. Bangalore does not have any laws to preserve its heritage buildings. AE. Where do we have AE? AE is here. This can be the answer. Let's check. Bangalore does not have any laws to preserve its heritage buildings, and a draft legislation that the city council has helped draw up has been languishing in the government's file rooms for 6 years. See, CD is also a pair. CD. Where do we have CD? CD. Here we have CD. This can also be an answer. So either A or E. Let's check A, B, C, D, E. Bangalore does not have any and no. This is the answer. E is the answer. Let's check finally. Bangalore does not have any laws to preserve its heritage buildings. AE, and a draft legislation that the city council B has helped draw up has been languishing in the government's file rooms for 6 years. So this is the answer, students. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for being with me. I hope you enjoyed the session a lot. Thanks a lot.
உங்களுக்குன்னு ஒரு அடையாளம், அதுவே எங்கள் லட்சியம். Veranda Race, பேங்கிங் மற்றும் கவர்மெண்ட் தேர்வுகளுக்கான ஆன்லைன் மற்றும் ஆஃப்லைன் பயிற்சி.